everyone! Today is 30th December 2020 and almost on the last day of the year, when I'm marking the 1-year anniversary of living in Germany. I decided to record the video and answer the most asked question of the year: where was it better, Dubai or Munich? Clearly, there are no wrong or right answer to this question because everyone judges for it based on its own taste, let's say. But for me, there are 5 main categories based on which I'm actually deciding if that city is good or bad for me, at least to live in. So the first category would be actually the entertainment, social life and service sector, which is very important, at least for me, being an expat. And being an expat in Dubai, it's like being a fish in the water. It's something that everyone does because everyone is an expat there, and being a melting pot, it's very easy to find friends, it's very easy to at least get to know new people, be it at work or just at the social gatherings, and everyone actually open in getting to know you, be it for a long or a short term. Where in Germany, actually being a part of society or being a part of any social gathering, it's very important for you to know the language, which in my case is not really, I would say, in my advantage because I'm still learning it, so I'm not very comfortable with just speaking in German. So that's why I'm having some troubles currently, for example, in actually making some friends. So I would say that would be the first disadvantage in terms of social life in comparison to Dubai. Also, the service sector, oh my god, I mean, in Dubai is a 24/7 lifestyle. Everything is open whenever you want. I used to live right under Carrefour in my building, so do I want ice cream at 5 a.m? Yes ma'am, you can get it. Do I want to buy ice cream in Germany? Only from 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. and in weekdays plus Saturday. And if it's a public holiday, sorry, you should have planned it. So obviously service sector, everything works only during the working hours up until 8 p.m. That was my biggest shock. Yes, I did my research, but that wasn't maybe the first thing that I've checked. So my surprise when I wanted something on Sunday and nothing was open. Well, but you get used to it. So that was, I would say, another disadvantage of living in Munich in comparison to Dubai. So overall, in terms of entertainment, I wouldn't say that Munich is, I would say, losing, because there are also enough events and entertainments. Well, this year is a bit unfortunate. My move happened during Corona, so I didn't get to actually participate in Oktoberfest. The main reason why people actually want to live in Munich. So that's a bummer, but it's alright. Overall, in terms of entertainment, I would give it to Munich for now, at least. But in this category, the obvious winner is Dubai. The second most important category for me is actually where am I supposed to live, how is the transportation, and actually the life standard overall in the city. Well, I'll just give you a brief comparison. I lived in Dubai for 3 years, and in Munich it's been a year already, so obviously it's a bit of different. But I moved in Dubai 12 times, and in Munich for a year. I haven't moved yet, I'm still staying in the same place. And there are different reasons for why it is like that. Obviously, my work state and life situation was different, but also the fact that you can always rent a place for a month. It's so easy to actually find an accommodation. You just go to any WhatsApp group or actually like Facebook group, and you can find an accommodation. There are not much of, I would say, in terms of also contracts and security, so you can just trust someone and give the money and tomorrow you have the place secured. It's not the same in Munich. There is a bubble where it's not a market for renters, it's actually a market for people that have accommodation and they are renting it out and they are ruling that, so they are the king. So if someone asks me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a landlord in Munich. Yes, hell yes, because you make a lot of money and you can set the price you want, and it's overpriced. Accommodation in Dubai is also quite expensive, but at least you do get enough space and you have a lot more flexibility and options and choice. So you know that, okay, if you're paying a certain amount, at least you know for what you're paying and it's worth it. Where in Munich, I wouldn't say it's always the case. It's just purely based on the location and also obviously the services. I mean, I don't know, lucky or unlucky, but depending on what you can find to your budget, you are either living in VG, what they call, it's basically shared accommodation, or you live in your private studio. And if you're rich enough, you can get the actual 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom, which is way too expensive if you live as a single person. So in terms of, let's say, alternatives that you have to find an accommodation, definitely Munich is a no for me. It was super hard, it took so much time, I am overpaying currently, but it is what it is. I mean, that's the reality of the market. I'm not the first person to complain about that. On the contrary, transportation, it's a huge win. I mean, in Dubai, what do you have? You have one metro that goes from point A to point B and just straight line. Expensive, but not as expensive in Munich, but how much you can cover actually with one metro line. Well, I managed it because I have good friends with cars, but not everyone is always so lucky, I would say. And then what do you have to use? Tram line that has like, I don't know, 10 to 12 stations, or a taxi where the minimum spending is, I don't know, it was 12 dirham back then. So you pretty much in need of a car if you live in Dubai, if you'd like to go somewhere outside the city to another emirate. There is public transportation, but it's not always on the same level that you're actually getting in Munich. In Munich, you do not need a car at all. Like, you can definitely live your life happily without anything. You can reach, be it some other lake, which is like, I don't know, in 1 or 3 hours away, or being just the next neighborhood. You can get your bicycle, which I did too, and also you have the transportation in terms of metro, S-Bahns, which are the trains. Also, you have trams, buses, everything, taxis. If you want to spend too much money also for that, but there is literally no need. Maybe the only time I ever used taxi was just like really those, like, you know, maintenance hours when the S-Bahn is not working and I was coming back from the airport, something like that, or I'm extremely tired. But other than that, there is no need. So definitely much healthier way of living, because you're always moving, or at least you're walking from your home to station, and it's environmentally friendly. And yeah, it's worth it. I totally love it, and they're improving it always, so always on time. There are so many apps as well. So transportation wise, Munich is a yes. So wrapping up this category, life standards, obviously it's more than just accommodation and transportation. It's also maybe security and safety, which are, by the way, both cities are amazingly secure and safe. In Dubai, you can leave your phone in the mall, live for an hour, come back, it's still gonna be there. Maybe, okay, it's not exactly the same 100% in Munich, but I'm pretty sure if you leave your phone, someone will pick it up and give it to police. So that's different also mentality, but super safe, and everyone's just following the rules, which is amazing. I love Germany for that, and that actually people are obliging to those rules and respecting, and because society respecting that, you also would like to respect and follow the same. I mean, it's weird if you're not following the rules there, which I love. It's my type of, I would say, environment to live in, order. So yeah, overall, there are pluses and minuses in both sides, but definitely the winner of this category is Munich. Well, now let's come to the main point why I actually moved. It wasn't just for fun or accommodation or transportation, it was because of work. And that was the main reason why I actually left Dubai, because it is an amazing place to be, but I got the option, I got the lucky ticket or whatever, won the lottery, but I got the job in Germany, which was a big thing for me because I'm working in HR, and there as a recruiter to find a job in the country where you don't speak the language, where in Dubai you don't really need Arabic, you can fully work in English. In Germany, for the line of work that I'm doing, German language is very important. And I managed to get it without it because it's a more of a regional role. And coming back to the reasoning of why and where it's better, I would 100% say that it is Munich. And don't get me wrong, many people might say like, what? But like Europe, so many taxes, and like, you know, you don't really earn enough. Yes, if you are telling me or asking me where would you earn more, it is Dubai. If you would like to earn money and that's it, cash, go there. and earn your money, which I did as well at the beginning. But if you are actually looking for a career progression, a place where there is a work-life balance, a place where you can be open about your thoughts and ideas, and I was lucky enough to work in amazing places, by the way. But still, if you're looking for something a long term, for me, based on my experience and my preferences, Germany is the place to be. And I would say, brave enough to say, among all European countries, Germany is the best place for now to work. And obviously, the other reason why I actually in favor of Germany or Munich in that case is also the work security. I mean, in Dubai, your visa is linked to your work. You don't have work, bye-bye in a month. Where here, they really, first of all, it's very hard to fire you in Germany or overall in Europe. I'm HR, believe me. And second of all, I mean, it's not in Dubai, you can be fired much easier, I would say, in comparison, and you have 1 month's notice and that's it. But also it's very easy to then place a new job. So even though you can lose your job, you can actually find a new one. So options and I would say the opportunities that you have might be a bit more in Dubai because it's an expat city and everyone's coming there for work, where in Munich maybe not the first choice, but it's definitely a choice for some of the Germans as well. So you don't compete there only with expats, but you're actually sometimes competing with the Germans themselves in the job market. But for me, being an expat who worked back home, who worked in Dubai and now working in Germany, I am the most comfortable here in Europe and in Munich. Across all the categories, I am fine with paying that much tax, but having this, thought back in the mind that it's secure tomorrow, security free. Hi! So the winner of this category is Munich! Now let's talk about sports and I would say outdoor activities and overall sports. Well, I mean, I think there is no need to compare the nature of Bavaria and the Bavarian Alps to amazing desert of Dubai or United Arab Emirates. I love Dubai and I love even this deserted, I would say, landscape, and I had so much fun actually in the mountains as well there and in the desert. But come on, let's be honest, nature-wise, there is nothing compared to Bavaria. It has a special place in my heart, be it lakes, be it some mountains, be it hiking, tons of activities. But if you compare to Dubai in terms of actually opportunities that you have, in terms of engaging yourself in different types of sports, definitely there is more. And there's more to explore. Like, you don't know how to surf? Here you go, you have a class. You don't know how to swim? Here you go. You want to know how to ski? Here you go, in the mall. You want to try, I don't know, anything, skydiving? Here you go. Everything you can ever imagine, you can actually find a sport or a class. It's quite open for everyone. And I mean, beach is always in my heart and nothing can beat that. So I would say that if you really love nature, you can still enjoy it in Dubai. Yes, it's a different nature, but let's be open-minded. You can always explore, I would say, mountains and green areas while travel. So I wouldn't really say that, oh my God, it's impossible to get any nature. Yes, it's impossible to get some greenery, but there are so many also some other areas, maybe with artificial, I would say, green trees and stuff, or just like man-made landscape, but it's still a beautiful area and let's say a break for you. And in terms of sport, if you'd like to learn something, you can have any possibility to do that. So it's a tough choice, I would say. I would give it to both, but I would say it's not a fair winner because Munich has it just because it has it, and Dubai has built that and actually created all those opportunities. So I would say it's a fair game of both winners. Now I saved the best for last. It's actually the category of food. Well, food for life. I live for food and I'm not ashamed of that. And here, I don't know, what do you think? What's better? It's Dubai. It's 100% Dubai because, well, call me biased, call me whatever, I would always choose Arabic food over German food. Sorry guys, it's just much tastier, much flavorful, and there are many options. Germany wins only in one point, which is, and I would say Munich wins, which is beer. I mean, yeah, obviously it's the motherland of beer, it's Oktoberfest, it's, okay, maybe not the motherland, but it is of the place of beer. And if you'd like to try it, be it the Dunkelwein or a Helles or whatever, Germany is the place. It's so cheap, it's affordable, you can always drink it whatever you want. You don't really need to have a reason to do that, be it 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. But me being a foodie and loving the options and choices that I don't have to. Do I feel for breakfast as poke bowl? I can have it. Do I feel like having French for my dinner? I can have it too. Do I want to eat my Azerbaijani food? I can have that too. No problems. I mean, in Munich there are no Azerbaijani restaurants. Like, let's start from that. So that's a tough one. And here I would always choose Dubai. I mean, they are also, but that's also linked to the, I would say, service industry and the fact that Dubai is so accommodating for tourists. So they have any type of cuisine available for you, and you can enjoy it even if you're missing during your travel your homeland. So in that aspect, the winner is definitely Dubai. Now, to sum up this fierce competition, and based on my opinion and my grading, you can see that actually both cities are quite livable and they're fantastic cities to live in. Obviously, there are many other criteria and opinions based on which you can decide if this is or another city is suitable for you. For me, those were my 5 main categories based on which I actually decide or sometimes miss living in certain areas and places. Now it's purely based on your priorities and what's important for you. Having a life full of entertainment and activities and having the life on the palm of your hand, or actually you like to have some order, efficiency, nature by your side, and some security and a long-term, I would say, planning, then definitely it's Munich. And if it's the opposite, then go for Dubai. Regardless where you end up, I would definitely advise you to visit Dubai or Munich. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and if you like my hairstyle, make sure to check my video about Dyson. Bye bye!